Starting off this hour is going to be Cassie in Buffalo, New York. Hey, Cassie, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show. What's up in your world?
Thank you. I was wondering, you always hear people say, get a job under the table. Is there a benefit to that, or is it better to get a job on the books and claim everything so that you can invest into an IRA?
Who are people?
Like you hear people like when you're working and things, oh, if you get a job under the table, get a job under the table. But isn't it better to get a job on the books and be able to invest your money?
Yeah. Let's just start with this basic idea, okay? In the United States of America, we have a federal law that charges us an income tax on our income. To not pay tax on any income that we have made would be breaking the law. Okay? Did you know that?
Yeah, no, I do. But I'm just saying, I hear people say to do this.
Well, I hear people say to break the law all the time. I hear people say rob banks. I hear people say a lot of stupid butt stuff. But that doesn't mean it's a path to success. Okay? So here's the thing. As we have studied, for instance, Tom Stanley, who did the book Millionaire Next Door, did another book called The Millionaire Mind. And in that book, he studied decamillionaires, people with $10 million or more. You know what their number one statistical correlation among all the decamillionaires was? It was unbelievable, fanatical levels of integrity. People with integrity have a very high tendency towards success. It is a necessary building block to becoming successful. And so I pay taxes. I get paid cash for a lot of different things that we do here. People come up at the, book tables and they pay us cash for books. It would be very easy to not report all of our cash transactions. I report every single dime, not because I'm patriotic and I think the income tax system is just. I'm sure it's unjust. I just filled out the forms this morning and I'm still pissed. So it's unbelievably unjust. It's a horrible system. It's ridiculous that I pay the taxes that I pay. Absolutely moronic. But I pay every penny, not because it's about taxes and not because it's about the federal government or my belief in them as a system, but it's because my integrity is on the line. And so regardless of whether you can report it or not, I would challenge you to say your integrity is on the line. Let's just start with that. And
well, my argument was to them that I did want to invest my money for the long run for my future. And they were saying, well, the government's going to charge you 30%. And what if you only make 5% on your IRAs? And I said, well, in the long run, when it rolls over, isn't that going to be more beneficial in the long run?
Well, what I'm telling you trumps all of that. Everything here is a trump card that I just said over all that. Because if you don't have integrity, you're going to struggle to be successful. It's not about percentages.
Okay.
It's about telling the truth and doing the right thing and abiding by the law. And if you run around your whole life trying to be a scam artist, you're going to die a broke scam artist. And so that's what these people you're running with. None of these people you're talking to that have these ridiculous opinions are multimillionaires. They're all losers.
True. Very true.
They're all losers. And so you don't want to model your life after losers. And so, on the short term, to start with, they're not paying 30% anything. Okay? If you got 2 kids and your household income is $30,000 or less, you don't pay federal income tax at all anyway, even if you report it all. As a matter of fact, if you file, you get money from the government called Earned Income Tax Credit, okay? You get money from the government, even though you didn't pay anything in. And so they're missing out because they're so stupid to start with. But aside from that, it's just a lack of integrity. And so model your life after people that are noble. People that have a high calling on their life, people that are successful, people that end up where you want to end up. You ever meet an old person and go, I want to be them when I grow up? And I've met some old people, and went,
that would be you.
Well, thank you. I'm not that old. Shut up. But, oh, that's great. Now I'm that guy. Oh, gosh. Let's start the calls off.
And now my husband, when I'm out shopping, he'll be, would Dave Ramsey buy that? I'm like, Nick, shut up.
Yeah, really. Be quiet, conscience. Yeah. But, I've met some old people. I don't want to be like them when I grow up. They're old, they're mean, they're angry, they're bitter, and they're broke. I've met them too. And so you just got to decide where you're going and what your goals are, and let that kind of thing set your table for you. And sometimes in the short term, the math doesn't work. Actually, in the situation you're talking about, the math does work to your benefit to go ahead and, not only be on the books, but you actually file your tax returns. If you're not making some pretty serious money, you need to keep in mind 49% of Americans last year paid zero federal income tax. So this idea that one of these characters you're talking to is actually in a 30% tax bracket is probably statistically impossible. So it's just, you don't meet people that are making $100,000 a year running around going, let's do everything off the books. There's just not many of a few Coke dealers maybe, but other than that, and the only reason they want off the books is for other reasons. But there you go. So integrity is important. It's more important than the math, because it'll lead you into the math, not the math into the integrity.